Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Pinnell, coming to you from Pinnell Chiropractic, your Cranberry Township, North Pittsburgh Chiropractor. Today I'd like to demonstrate an exercise that we recommend for our patients who have neck pain. These exercises are also very helpful for people that have tension or stress-related headaches that radiate up the back of the neck, sometimes even up over the top of the head or into the temples. And also these exercises are very helpful for people who have developed arthritis or what's called degenerative disc disease in their neck, which makes turning the head very painful because the joints become inflamed and sometimes there's limited range of motion. So these are exercises you can perform that don't involve actively turning or bending the head. And they're called cervical isometric exercises, and they're really helpful in that you can create a nice contraction in the muscles that support the head and neck, as I said, without turning and bending the head and possibly irritating things like an arthritic or degenerative neck. So when you look at cervical range of motion, and there's 7 vertebrae in the top of the neck, you can bend or turn your head in 6 different directions. You can bend the head forward, which we call flexion. You can bend the head backward, which we call extension. You can turn the head right and left, which we call rotation. And then you can bend the head side to side, which we call lateral flexion. So to create an isometric contraction, you essentially just push in the direction opposite that you're trying to turn or bend the head. So for bending the head forward into flexion, you would just put your fingers up on the top of your head, and as you're attempting to bend forward, you would push backwards. And as you do that, you'll feel the muscles in the back of the neck that are responsible for bending the head forward tighten up. And you hold that for a few seconds and then let that relax. For bending the head backward, you would put the hands behind the head like you were doing a sit-up, and as you're attempting to bend backwards, you would pull forward. Once again, hold that for a couple seconds and let that relax. For turning the head right and left, just turn your hands so your fingers are pointing backwards and put your palm of your hand right on your chin, and as you're trying to turn to the right, you just push back to the left. And the same thing for the opposite side. Hold that for a few seconds and let that relax. For bending the head sideways, you would just put the palm of the hand on the side of the head, and as you're attempting to bend the head sideways, you push in the opposite direction. And the same thing on this side. And what you want to do is you want to start with a light pressure, hold that for a few seconds, go through all 6 of those motions, and maybe do that a time or 2, and you'll feel things starting to loosen up, and you can apply more pressure or resistance. The harder you push in those opposing directions, the deeper contraction you'll get. You don't want to start out too forceful though, because it might tend to irritate rather than help. So what you want to do is spend about 3 to 5 minutes, try to go through multiple repetitions of all of those motions, and in addition to strengthening, it's an exercise that's very helpful for strengthening the muscles that support and turn the head. We have a lot of patients that have tension or stress-related headaches, and sometimes when they feel those coming on, doing these isometric exercises can actually be very helpful for kind of nipping that in the bud. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave some comments here on the video. If you'd like to see us do a video on a particular subject, feel free to leave a comment, like us on Facebook. But I hope you find some benefit from doing these exercises. Until we talk again, I'm Dr. Ken Pinnell, your Cranberry Township, North Pittsburgh Chiropractor. Thank you.